Okay, we are on lesson 6, which is the last lesson that you guys are going to hear on a video because I will be back tomorrow. This is Monday, 26th. You did this one on Friday, the 23rd. So we're doing our STAR practice, functions and graphs worksheet, but after we do Bob's test number 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Bob's test number 6. Read each of the following problems. Again, we're going to analyze Bob, and today Bob's name is Robert. Okay, so Robert's test. The question says, which is the equation in standard form of the line that passes through this point? So if you go to your STAR reference guide, standard form is not y equals. So it's not y equals mx plus b. Okay? So your standard form is ax plus by equals c. ax plus by equals c. So I'm going to do that as a capital A plus by equals c. Alright, so you have your x term plus your y equals another number. So these are all in standard form right here. So we have the point here, this is our point, and this is our slope. So we're going to use point slope. Point slope is y well, we already know that y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, and this is going to be your STAR reference guide. This is point slope. This is when they give you a point and the slope, which is what they have here. So let's go ahead and put that in. Point is y minus y1. This is your y1, and this is your x1. Y minus y1 is negative 8 equals your slope, which is 1/4, they told us here, times x minus x1, 4. Okay? So we have y minus negative 8, so let's go ahead and make that plus a positive, and let's distribute this 4, 1/4. So y plus 8 equals 1/4 x. 1/4 times x is 1/4 x, and 1/4 times negative 4. So let's do that up here. 1/4 times negative 4. You can put that over 1 to make that a fraction. You just multiply your tops times your bottoms, and then simplify or reduce. So that's negative 4 over 4, and that's going to give you a negative 1. So minus 1. Okay? So now we need to get it in x plus y equals c, or x plus y equals the number. So let's move this plus 8 over. So we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. And we get over here a negative 9. And then when we move the 1/4 over, this is exactly what he has right here. When we do that, we have to get this x cleared, and that means we're going to multiply everything by 4. So if you want to pause what I've done here, because this is a lot of work, let's just head up to what Bob or Robert did. He just took each answer choice and he said, I'm going to get each answer choice in y equals, because he knows if he gets it in y equals, he can then put it in the calculator. Okay, so that's a really good way to do this, because that's what we've done more of. Okay, so here, this was kind of crazy, whoa, overwhelming. So even I could keep solving this, and it would just go on for a while, okay? I would get to an answer, but that's a lot of work. You can ask yourself, is there a simpler way to solve this? Yes, there is. And it would be right here. You would solve for y. So what they did here was they just subtracted x to the other side and then divided by -4, and they got they got this. Y equals -1/4 x minus 9. Okay, so then they put this in their calculator, and then they went to the table. Y equals in the calculator, then they went to the table, and they saw that this was a point on there, so that's why he chose A. Okay, that's a way easier way to do it. Number 2, the table of values for quadratic g is shown below. If one is the solution to g of x equals 0, what is the other solution? So g of x is the same as y equals, remember, g of x, f of x is the same as y. When y is 0, what is 3? I mean, what is x? It's 3. Yes. That's correct. So Robert is 2 for 2. Robert's doing good. Alright, now number 3 says, which expression is equivalent? Oh, okay, so here he sees that we have some distributing to do. Well, and let's see if he did it right. 2m times this, so 2m times 3/2 m. Okay, so 3 over 2. So we get 2 times 3 is 6 over 2. It's just 3. M squared, because m times m is m squared. Okay, so he did this correctly. Yes. And then 2m times 1 is just 2m. That's correct. Plus 5m, because, okay, so 3 over 1 times 5 over 3. That's going to give you 15 over 3, which is 5. 5m, yep, check. And then 3 times -2 is -6, check. Alright, so combine these like terms here. We get 3m squared. A 2m and a 5m make a 7m, and then -6. Yay! Good job, Robert. You're 3 for 3. Number 4, let's see if we can make it 4 for 4. I don't know, we got some questions here. A new spiral notebook contains 30 more sheets of paper than a new memo book. So, S equals 30 plus M. Okay, so your spiral notebook has 30 more pages than your memo book. Okay? The total number of sheets of paper in 3 new spiral notebooks and 5 new memo books is 810. So 3S, 3 spirals, and 5 memos is 810. So these are your 2 equations right here. Which system of equations can be used to find the number of sheets of paper in one? Okay, so these are your 2 systems. He did not know this one. The spiral is 30 plus M. Spiral equals 30 plus M. Or you could, looks like all these are equal to 30. So let's set this equal to 30. You would just move the M over. Minus M. Minus M. Spiral minus M equals 30. Spiral minus M equals 30. Check. 3S plus 5M is 810. That's correct. It should be A. Okay, let's look at our worksheet for today. It's functions and graphs. Yay! Okay, we have scientists tracking the population of specific species of birds. They have determined that the function, here's our function, models the number, oh, and that's supposed to have a little x to it as your exponent there, so please write that in, to the x. Models this number of birds in thousands after x years, okay? Okay, so let's put this in the calculator. And y equals 575 parentheses 1.025 to the x, and then go to your table, and here your x would be 0 because initially is 0. That's the number of years at the beginning. So when x is 0, is y 1025 or is y 575? Or can we tell the number of birds is increasing by 25% each year? That you could be able to tell from your table. That would be on your y values. Or is it going down at 2.5%? And that would be in your y values as well. So you'll be able to tell that when you put that function into your table. In the y equals and go to your table. Number 2, there's the table for the linear function g shown below. Which situation can be modeled by this? So what I would do is I would put this in StatCalc, L1 and L2. StatEdit, L1 and L2. I put my L1s and my L2s. And then I would go StatCalc 5 enters. And that's going to give you your A, which is your M, and your B, and then you could do y equals AX plus B. So this is your A per mile, and this is your B. Which one of these 4 answers is correct? If it gives you 1.25 as your A and 5 as your B, then A is correct. If it's 1.5 as your A, 5 as your B, then B is correct. So look in there and see what it does. Okay? Number 3, the function. This is your function. It can be used to find the amount of money in Antoine's savings account. Which statement is true? I would put this in your calculator for y equals, and then go to your table and see which of these answers is correct. Number 4, here's a graph. It shows the amount of miles Dan is from home based on the time he spent driving. What's a reasonable domain? Oh, domain. Domain is what? X values. Okay, so X values. Well, it's not all real numbers because they're real life situation. Okay, so there's a start and a stop. So it looks like his X values goes from 0 to 5. There you go. Number 5, which of the following does not describe the graph of this function? Anytime you see a function, I would just put it into y equals in your calc first, just out of habit, and then see which of these answers are true. All of these answers, and you probably can get a good. You could either look in the table or graph it and see which one is correct on your calculator. Number 6, which of the following best represents the exponential decay? Decay means that you have a decrease. Okay, getting smaller. So here, as time goes on, it's getting increase. Here, as time goes on, it's decreasing. Here, it's staying the same. Here, it's decreasing. But on this one, as time went on, it got better, and then it got worse. So I would say it's not A or C, but looks like B. It's getting exponentially worse. Okay, number 4. Number 7. Which of the following tables does not represent a function? Ooh, remember a function? No repeating x's. Which of these does not have a repeating x? Okay, that should be easy to find. Number 8, the graph shows the population growth for a particular type of bacteria over several hours. What's a reasonable prediction of the bacteria after 6 hours? So see which of these choices is the most reasonable. Number 9, a department store is having a sale on shirts. Regular price is $25 per shirt, and they're 20% off the sale. Store also charges 8.25% for sales tax. Okay, here's your function. What's the cost for 5 shirts? So what you do here, your x equals 5. You can do this in 2 ways. You can do this whole on your calculator. Anywhere there's an x, put a 5. And see what that equals. Or you can put this into calc into y equals, and then go to your table and see where x is 5. See what y is, and that will give you the answer. Number 10. We're just going to do a few more of these. We're just going to do 10 through 14. Okay. So it wants to know which of the linear functions is this. Well, you have to take this and you have to solve, put it in y equals first. Like, you have to move it to where it's in y equals. So if you forgot how to do that, I'll show you, okay? We're going to move over the 3x first by subtracting it. So you have y, negative 4y equals 24 minus 3x. And then you're going to divide everything by negative 4. So you get y equals 24 divided by 4, negative 4, which is negative 6, plus 3/4 x, because your negatives cancel. So this is what you put in your calculator. And see if this table matches, if this graph matches, and if this is true based on your table. So that will help you answer the question. Number 11, the domain. Domain is your x values. Okay, so we go here to here. And so since it's not a continuous line, we are going to put all of the x values. So negative 4, negative 2, 0, 4, and 6. A. Number 12. Oh, sorry. Number 12 says ticketing service charge for each ticket and a convenience fee for a total order. The cost of several orders is shown below. What's the cost for one ticket without any convenience fees? Okay. So you can do this many ways. You could do L1 and L2 in your stat edit. And then do stat calc. Enter 5 times. And that will give you your y equals mx plus b. Take that and enter in the y equals in your calc. And then go to your table. Wherever x is 1. Where x equals 1, what is y? That's how you can get that answer. So I would write down all those notes and go do that. 2 more. Number 13, the table below shows the bonus points that we can earn on each of the first 4 levels of a video game. Predict the number of bonus points that we earn on level 6. Okay, so let's look at the pattern. It's doubling. So 5 would be 4,000 and 6 would be 8,000. Okay, so 8,000. That one was pretty easy. You can just look at the pattern. And number 14, we're going to stop here. The range of the function. Range is your y values. So we have 0, and we go all the way to 4. Alright, so y is going to be greater than or equal to, no, it's going to be everything, it's going to be from 0 to 4. 0 to 4. D. Okay? And stop there. Don't worry about 15, 16, 17, or 18. And we're going to grade those tomorrow in class. Alright guys, have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.